Welcome back to another video. Today we are in the Fantasy Cup for the Great League, and we got a different team to run with. First, we're going to be starting with the Shadow Sandslash here, with the Azumarill and the Skarmory in the back. We're going to have a mirror match here. This is, once again, all dependent on shields and bait. So we are going to go for the Ice Punch bait right there, and let's go for the call. We do get the Ice Punch call right there, so that's a great no-shield by us. And we're going to show this next one here. It ends up being the Draw Run. The Draw Run would have done some huge damage. And now we know that we can go for another Draw Run potentially to KO, but they decided to switch out. So the switch out here means we're going to have the shield advantage, and we are going to face this Azumarill with our own Azumarill with a shield advantage. Worst case, we are going to barely lose, and we're going to be able to farm down with something in the back line. So that's the idea right now. Let's see how it plays out. Another play rough should be coming through. It gets us into the yellow. The next play rough right here against their Azumarill will also get it into the yellow. And one more play rough is going to get close to taking out, but let's see. We already got them into the red. They go for the play rough. It barely doesn't KO. We're going to immediately switch out so they don't get a farm down. And they actually reveal that they have a Registeel in the back. So not great for us for the back line. But we are going to be able to get some chip damage away. We go for the Brave Bird right there. Even though Brave Bird is resisted, it did take it, I don't know, relatively low. That's like 30% damage, right? So that's not bad. We're going to come back in with our Sandslash here. We're going to be able to get to this Draw Run for some huge damage. Does take out the Reggie. And now we have to deal with an Azumarill and what else? The Sandslash. So Sandslash right here is going to have to throw a move that end up throwing the Ice Punch, and we're actually going to try to switch out. Oh, we do get farmed down right there, and we are going to lose because this Azumarill does have a move already. So GG's to our opponent right there. A little bit unfortunate that the Registeel was lurking in the bag versus our Skarmory. Otherwise, we would have had a decent chance against pretty much everything. All right, next here we have the Weezing. This Weezing here is going to potentially know Overheat, Sludge. It can know Play Rough, Brutal Swing, but we are going to throw the move first and get a shield from our opponent, and then our opponent is going to throw a move. We're going to shield here. Ends up being the Sludge. A little bit unfortunate. We're going to go for another bait here because we believe they're going to double shield. No double shield, but we're going to switch out and catch a move. Even if this is Sludge or Overheat, this is a great catch right here. They do switch out into the Dedenne. Dedenne is going to be able to beat this Azumarill. We are going to allow them to throw the first one. One discharge goes through. They already have back-to-back, so we were not able to throw a move. So we're just going to allow this Azumarill to go away, and then we're going to be able to come back in with our Sandslash because they are relatively energy dry. And then we're just going to go for this Draw Run here because we want the shield or the KO. And then our opponent here does come back in with the Azumarill. Azumarill here, right before they get to a move, we're going to go for this Draw Run. And we're going to force them to use some energy before we potentially switch out, I believe. Okay, they actually let it go again. And then we're just going to allow this to go through because we're going to get some farm if they allow us. And they actually leave because the Skarmory was probably pretty good against their backline. So GG's to our opponent right there. Able to win that game without really revealing Skarmory until the end. All right, let's see what we find next here. Next, we're going to be seeing the Weezing again versus our Sandslash. So yeah, we could basically play it one or two ways. We can bait, or we can immediately go for the Draw Run off the bat. But we're just going to go for this Ice Punch here to get the shield, potential shield. We're going to shield back. They do go for the Overheat, and let's see what our opponent does. So our opponent is going to stay in for a little bit, which allows us to get to another Ice Punch bait. We're going to switch and catch a move here. It's already debuffed, so whatever move they throw, we know that it's going to be ineffective against our Azumarill here. So they are already debuffed, so we don't have to necessarily KO them. We are waiting for them to switch out. They do switch out into their own Azumarill. Azumarill here that our opponent has is down a shield, and we do have a lot of play rough coming back at them after this one right here. They do throw another play rough. It gets us into the yellow. We have our own play rough. Play rough goes through. also in the yellow. And now we have a choice. Are we going to catch a potential Play Rough next, or are we just going to allow this Azumarill to go down? It looks like we're going to allow Play Rough to go through, switch out. And our opponent here ends up saving the overheat energies here. So I'm going to shield and look for the farm down. Now we have energy on our Skarmory. We know that they have the Azumarill, and they actually have Turtonator in the back. So Turtonator in the back is going to be potentially trying to take out this Skarmory. Skarmory right here ends up going for the Brave Bird and then Sky Attack to take out the Turtonator. And they are going to farm us down, but as you can see here, we have 2 Pokemons available. We're going to force them to use some energy by going into our Sandslash. Basically, we want them to use Hydro Pump so they can use as much energy, but they only have Play Rough. So this is going to be GG's because they're not going to be able to get to another move to take out this Sandslash and get another move to take out our Azumarill. So nice play right there. On to the next game. Turtonator is kind of brutal against our Sandslash, but that's why we have it in the front, so we can immediately find out. So here we have the Registeel versus this Sandslash here. We're going to try to get some chip damage with our Drurun. Drurun does go through, gets it into the yellow already. This is an easy shield right here. We're going to shield. Oh, they actually have Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon Reggie. Definitely was not anticipating that. We go for the Ice Punch right here for the potential farm down. We do not get the KO, so we're going to have to double shield this Pokemon right here. And we actually are met with a Turtonator in the back. So we're just going to allow this Turtonator to farm us down. We are able to get to 2 Ice Punches here, so that's pretty good. We do get a lot of chip damage. We're going to force out some energy here by going into our Azumarill. We're going to be able to tank all the moves. They go for the Overheat, and they decide to let it go. Here we are met with a Gramble. Shadow Gramble here is going to have the Charm, so we are going to have to go for a Play Rough right here. Play Rough goes through, and they actually shield. We're going to stay in because we want all this extra damage. And we have the Skarmory in the back here, and we're forcing them to at least get to 2 moves in order to win, but they are not able to do that, so we are able to farm down for the win right there. Skarmory coming in clutch finally, and meeting a true Fairy type. Alright, last game here. Let's see if we can end off on a good note. We are met with the Empoleon. Empoleon versus this Sandslash, pretty decent. As you can see, is doing some good fast move pressure, already close to 50% on our end. We are going to bait them here, so let's see if we can get a shield. We do get a shield, which is great. And then we're going to... Okay, they actually end up switching out, and that's going to prompt us to go into our Skarmory here. Skarmory has a terrible matchup against the Empoleon, so we're going to use this Skarmory versus their Azumarill. We're going to throw an Ideal Timing here. This Sky Attack is going to do a good amount of chip damage. Don't quite want to go for the Brave Bird right yet, because we don't want to debuff ourselves. They do have the Ice Beam version, so it is going to allow us to stay alive a little bit longer. Now we go for the Brave Bird. This Brave Bird does go through for the KO, and now we're going to allow their Empoleon to get 2 fast moves to farm us down. We're going to come back in with our Azumarill here to soak up any damage. They go for the Hydro Cannon, interesting enough. So now we're going to do our best to get as much energy as possible and then throw a move. We do unfortunately get CAP tied right there, so we are not going to be able to get that. Oh, nice Flash Cannon goes through. We're going to go for this Play Rough right here to take him out, and then we are going to be seeing a Flygon in the back. So Flygon in the back is really weak to our Sandslash right here. Luckily, we are able to get to 2 Ice Punches before they get to their 1 or 2 charge moves, because we had a shield, and this should KO for the win right here. So let's find out. Yep, easy win right there. So GG's to our opponent. Check out this team if you haven't already, and let us know if you enjoyed the video.